Well, I'm broke. Nice knowing you. Peace. I better check my other account because this account's at zero now. But I think my other account might be doing better. I don't know. I don't know. The other account's automated. I got to go check it. I think it's long. Taiwan Semiconductor right now, which would be good if it is. So, hello. I'm thinking about junking this whole trading career. Well, career. This thing that I do and focus on politics because after watching the shit show that's been going on for the last couple of weeks, even in the face of assassinations, because I'm assuming I'll be killed, I probably wouldn't be as lucky. But hopefully I get taken out with one shot and don't have to suffer too much. But I would do it for the country, and I think I can be a uniting force, true uniting force, to the point where when I make a speech, each and every time I will call out the troublemakers. So, for instance, what you're witnessing right now, this is an opportunity to talk about unity. And the next thing they do is they talk about not unity, right? So I would specifically say, okay, you get up. Yesterday, you had this whole thing about unity. In your speech just now, you just were probably the most divisive person ever. You're dismissed now from everything. Go. I would make hypocrisy a crime in this country, and I would fight to the point where you are not allowed to be a politician. If you say one thing and then completely do something completely different, especially now, this is you right here saying that. And again, you can't always look at videos anymore. Then again, 50%, maybe 70% of the time, I might not even be a real person at this point. Because you've seen the deep fakes, you've seen the manipulation of. I think it's hilarious, actually. Sometimes, did you see the Dokic? I don't know his name. The basketball player, the white guy, and they had him at a press conference, and he's talking about how the NBA is a white man's league now, and all the other, and he was just, and it was like, is he really saying that? And it looked so real, but it was completely fake. And then they had another one where the coach comes on and he's talking, and it's all fake. I don't know if you've ever seen the Morgan Freeman one or the Tom Cruise one. You just don't know. But again, let's go back to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is what kills me. Hypocrisy is why I want to become a politician, so then I could be the shining beacon of hope. When I say unity, and again, I have one common enemy. I think you know who it is, right? It's not Republicans versus Democrats, right? It's people that want us dead versus us, which is most normal people that don't want to come here to kill us. But we won't even get to that point right now. I truly am a politician that wants to be a politician. Like a lot of people get into teaching because they can't really find a job, so they go teach. I think that's the same way in politics. People probably get into politics because they can't find something else to do. Maybe I could be a politician. Let me give it a shot. I actually want to do this. I want to get in front of people. I want to put myself out there. I do this. I put myself out here, talking about this stuff all the time, which can get pretty hurtful, some of the comments. But I don't know legitimately if I'm ready for the massive anti-Semitism, even though I am a non-believer in all things. And I'm not sure how the American public would respond to a person that doesn't believe in what they believe in. I believe in the Matrix. I believe in simulated realities. I believe in coincidences. And I believe there is a spiritual, not spiritual, I'm going to say otherworldly thing that is surrounding us all. And it ain't about whether you're a Protestant, white Anglo-Saxon something, or the 300 derivatives of Christianity, or the 19 derivatives of Judaism, or whatever. Or whichever house you go to, it's bigger than that if there is something. I don't know how the United States, I don't know how people would respond to that. I don't know how people would respond to that. I could just assume that if I just say that my parents are Jewish and I'm bald, I've lost 12%. 12% of people just immediately won't vote for me, right? And then you got 5% that just can't stand this face. So I've already lost 17% of Americans, right? Then you got the hard of hearing. Did he just say he was Jewish? All right, we're not voting for that guy. By the way, I'm what you call a non-practicing Jew. I identify as Jewish, obviously. Heritage. I married into a Christian family. My kids have crosses around their neck. They've all been baptized and christened and confirmations and all that stuff. And I sat there and, I giggled while I was doing all this stuff, especially when the priest asked if I renounced Satan and all that. I'm like, can we do this part in Latin? He didn't get the joke. Godfather, Godfather. You're supposed to be doing this in Latin. Michael, do you renounce Satan? He didn't get the joke. He also didn't get the joke when I said, right now I'm killing the other 5 families. No idea what I was talking about. Anyway, but hypocrisy. For instance, if I was to say, if I win this election, everything is great, the system works, and it proves it works when I win. But if I don't win, it must be rigged, it's flawed, and there must be a scam. You see, that is the most hypocritical statement you could possibly say. Like, I'm going to go play pickleball in a half an hour. And I'm just telling you right now, if I lose, it's the racket. If I lose, it's because of the ball. It wasn't my skill or the other player. Fuck that shit. See, that's hypocrisy. And I will make sure that neither Kamala Harris nor Nancy Pelosi or Ayman Omar Shamalaba Haba Haba Ding Dong have no place in politics anymore. I will put an end to their careers. They got to go. Blabbermouths. People that don't say anything but think they're saying things. See, I would call all these people out, and you want to see a debate. Oh, I'll give you a debate. I'll be the first person that gets thrown out of a debate because I won't stop talking. Nobody would stop me from talking. You thought Trump did a good job when he's towering over Clinton that time? Oh, I'd be absolutely out of my mind. But right now, my automated trading system is up. Holy shit! What? $39,331.34. Holy shit! What's going on? Taiwan Semiconductor and the Qs is what's going on. All right, we're back, baby. We're back. I don't need to trade. Just let it do what it needs to do on its own. Look at this. And short UVXY. I'm better off not touching the keyboard. Speaking of not touching the keyboard, right? So because I'm distracted with other desires right now, I'm really trying to write down, I'm trying to write out my speeches, write my manifesto, as you say, as they call it. Again, that word is always lopped in with serial killers and shooters of the president. There's always a manifesto involved. But this is a true manifesto. This is what I believe and what I would do if elected. And I think everybody would really, really appreciate it. Some of my violent rhetoric, people might be a little bit off-put, but if you just watch the convention, I'm right there. They're holding signs up that say mass deportation. Nothing I say will be that shocking. But anyway, the Qs are doing something really awesome right now. We're retracing to the VWAP. So this is actually pretty damn exciting. I got to tell you, I didn't do as well as I was planning to do on the short part. So I was looking for longs today, and I took a beating, and then I made it all back, and now I'm long the Qs, waiting to see what I want to do next. But I shorted UVXY to the point where I almost thought I had to take a loss. I was short so much UVXY, and it was ripping against me to the point where I said, am I going to have to take this loss? And I was ready to, I was almost on the phone with my dad. I need to borrow some cash. I'm running out of money. I need to fund my terrible trade. Thank God it's sold off. But yeah, again, on the downside, I've been so beaten and so scarred by shorting that I have to cover on the way down. So yesterday when we broke 490, 487.50 was a nice spot. I'm covering 50% right there. And if by 485, I'm pretty much done, even though I thought we can go to 482.50. So I was looking for a bounce, maybe it'll play the role. Today, you kind of got the bounce and a roll. So you could have shorted it again. But Benji the Pelican near Sanibel Island. What's up, man? So anyway, back to politics, right? You can't like the Democrats anymore, right? They're giving away the country, the whole thing, the open borders, no law, right? I'll put an end to all that. But at the same time, I got no respect for Trump. I think he's just awful. It's just, and again, I really, really thought throwing Trump's granddaughter up there, that was a good moment. That was a great moment for Trump. I actually, and again, my hate for the man has come down a bit. I got to tell you, after the shooting and he raised his fist with the blood on his face, I will admit that got me. It got me. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, USA. And then, of course, I stayed off the internet for a good 48 hours because I knew I'd go down the rabbit hole of conspiracies. And oh, man, did I wind up going down the rabbit hole of conspiracies. And the crazy part is a lot of them are like, yeah, what about that? Yeah, what about, wait a second. And then I was talking to somebody, right, who, again, election denier, right, thinks the election was rigged. I'm like, so the election was rigged, but you don't believe that could have been a staged shooting? Well, somebody got killed. I know. But then you got to throw in the 9/11 conspiracy. People actually think that the 9/11, the planes, the buildings, the whole thing was all staged. It was a missile flying into Pentagon. So it depends on who you're talking to. But it's funny when I talk to some people who believe in other conspiracies, I'm like, but you don't believe that this could possibly be a setup? The only reason I don't think it's a setup is that he doesn't need it. He doesn't, and then again, he may have got me to vote for him because I did get, maybe that was it. He was trying to get the holdouts to vote for him. I don't even know, but I can't believe, I'm just happy he didn't get killed. And when I hear people say, oh, I'm like, come on, you don't want the guy to get his head blown off. That would have been fucking awful. I don't care who you are. If you're rooting for that, I really dislike Trump. I would never, ever root for the guy getting his head taken off in public like that. Maybe in private. No, I didn't say that. But yeah, so the reason I'm making this video right now is you never really can believe anything that I'm saying about the market anymore, right? Who the fuck knows? That's why I've been telling you to come to the chat room all this time. That's where the truth is shown. You want to know what I was doing in there? It's there. It's up on the screen. The losses, the wins, the losses, what the positions I'm in, everything's out there. What I'm trying to do, which I've been trying to do, is I got one guy, he seems to have some sort of a brain. I'm just looking for people who are not delusional at this point. Because people are delusional. Most traders that I've come into contact with are delusional, right? They'll have one good day, 15 bad days, and they think they're a good trader because of that one good day. No, you're not. Let me know when you do 15 good days, one bad day, then you're getting somewhere, right? But delusional people, you never know that they're delusional until you really ask specific questions. And I've got those questions now. So my friend Dave, you're in. And if you're watching this video and you sent us an email, Dorothy, I think I got an email from. I got a couple of emails. We will get back to you. We're going to put you in the chat room. We're going to put you on a paper trading account. And we're just going to see if you can actually follow directions. That'll be the first thing, because that's really all this job is. Following directions and help me trade. Because today I'm sitting there, QQQ, UVXY, Taiwan Semiconductor. How many trades I missed just by, concentrating on that? There was so much going on. The airlines I wanted to crush. Anyway, on and on and on and on and on and on. There's a million things going on. I'm just one feeble-minded imbecile with a freaking pothead brain. Should never have gone back to smoking weed. I'm all cloudy again. I went like 3 weeks, came back from Vegas. I haven't stopped smoking weed since. But man, I just got to tell you guys, get this VWAP down. Get the VWAP on your charts. I've never seen anything work like this before. And again, today, Taiwan Semiconductor was the one. And yesterday, first it was Delta Airlines, and then it was Pepsi, then it was JP Morgan, then it was Goldman Sachs. There has not been a loss. Think about what I'm saying. This is not me. When I say it's not me, right? These trades would happen even if I wasn't talking about them, is what I'm trying to say. So, when people say, oh, you're part of the hypocrisy, I understand that, right? I understand, but I don't sell scanners. I don't sell this illusion that I have something that's otherworldly that I invented. I needed a team of NASA scientists to build. I just show you this setup, and I make sure you master this setup, because from this setup, you can do anything. VWAP and prior day VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP and candlestick pattern recognition. And people that have been with me, think about it. Some of these people have been with me since 2007. They paid like $500 back in the day. But if you're a real trader, someone who does this every day, and that number is so daunting, $4,300. $4,300 for what? A year of me. A year of me and my friend Solid, who's actually better than me now. The guy's is a VWAP savant. He's truly taken it to a level where it's beyond me, because I trade very simply, and I like it that way. And it's easier for me to teach. He takes you to a whole nother level, and he shows you where you can use hourlies and half hourlies and anti-VWAP. And he's got and then he codes it for you and teaches you how to code. He's awesome. And then you got the community. And yeah, sometimes, look, you pay $4,300, you hang out with me for a year, and at the end of the year, you're like, you know what? I just learned a shit ton. I don't need to pay this guy $4,300 next year. All right. Some people stay, and some people go. But that $4,300 of information that you get bestowed onto you for a year, let alone every once in a while I come up with a nice, swing trade and a hold, and I do have a pretty good feel for the markets. All that and much, much more, right? Anyway, enough about me, enough about trading rooms and all that stuff. I think at this point you guys know where to find me, or maybe you don't. So if you're just watching me, hi, my name's Kenny Glick. I'm running for president. But I also have a trade in the stock market that works every time it shows up. And I could teach it to you. Probably I could teach you what it looks like, how to find it. And within 6 weeks, you'll be pretty good at it. And then I could just, And then you spend the rest of the year, and I keep pointing them out to you, and we go over it over and over and over and over again. It's basically, you're paying like, let's call it a tuition, the best tuition ever. Because regular school, most of that shit's a waste of time. My school, none of it's a waste of time. And you get paid to play. All right, I just wanted to say hello. That went on way too long. But I'm going to start doing manifestos more. I'm trying to just break. I don't know whether to split the channel, make a new channel, the Kenny Glick for President channel, maybe even put on a nice dress shirt, shave every once in a while. I don't know. I want to do something else than just sit here staring at the Qs and UVXY all day. And that's why I need one of you non-delusional, non-psychopathic, half-a-brain nudniks out there. Come to the chat room, sit with me for a couple of weeks, see if this is what you could do. Don't be afraid. You can't be afraid of bad language. You can't be afraid of me yelling at you. If you do something wrong, I'm going to tear your fucking head off in front of all the people. You got to be able to deal with that. We're traitors. Don't be offended if I call you a schmuck. Like, what, if you can't take me saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" Don't apply. Don't apply, because you're going to get at least 2,000 "what the fuck are you doings" over probably a 2-week period. Or maybe you won't, which would be great. But most people get a bunch of "what the fuck are you doings." And to think, after all this time, after all the failed, delusional, psychopathic people I've gone through, I'm still willing to try one more time. But we're going to do it the right way. Live interviews, questionnaires. We're going to give you a test. Then we're going to let you paper trade. Then I'll set you free. I think all of that will cut out the nudnik, delusional psychopaths from attempting to touch my money. All right. If you're interested, email me, thewarlock@hitthebid.com. Tonight would be a good night to show up. Also, if you've never been a part of what we do, just email me. We schmoozing tonight. I'm going to go take a nap now, so I'm ready for later. And no, I have nothing. I got to go shopping. All right. I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you're navigating this market. We are right in the middle of limbo right now. So we got the sell-off, blow-off top last Thursday. We followed through on Wednesday, yesterday. Today is now a follow-through of yesterday's weakness. So in my opinion, IMHO, I'm ho. I am not bullish the Qs unless over 490. Anything below 490, I'm staying bearish. Above 490, we're probably going to all-time highs. And all that could change tonight, meaning the price. We have Netflix, and then next week we have an onslaught of tech earnings. And to guess where the market's going to be tomorrow is a fool's task. Who cares? Today you had longs, you had shorts, you had longs, and then you had massive shorts into a pretty good long. So trading's where it's at. And, you try to navigate the market as best you can intraday. Take some of that money, throw it on some other ideas. And here we are. I hope everybody's doing all right. All right. Oh, by the way, here, take this. I got other ones. I was thinking about making them on this front, too. Don't be a dick, vote, click. Trade for the day, live forever. I was going to go with the slogan, everything you like about Trump without being a rapist. I still like that slogan because it's kind of true. All right, I'm going to go now. But I will bring law and order back to this country, seriously. It'll be ugly for a while, but you'll thank me in the end. All right. See ya. Don't be a dick, vote, click.